And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Kōhaku. This is a game about koi fish and a pond, and so you're building your own pond with koi fish in it, trying to score points in various ways. Now, this is not the first fish about games. It's not the first game about fish or koi fish. In fact, I think it's the third or fourth one I've played. But this one caught my eye because when you open it up, it is unbelievably pretty. Also, I know the designer, Danny Devine. I like some of his other stuff. So I hope this one's good because it sure looks good. Let's find out. In this game, you have two piles of tiles. You have koi tiles and you have these lily pad tiles. And there's quite a few of each, but you're going to be placing them randomly after you shuffle them onto a mat, and the mat will show you whether you put a fish there or a lily pad tile. And it's every other tile is lily pads and fish. Now, each of the fish in the game is either a solid color, so here you see a solid red fish, a solid white, a solid black. Each solid fish is also worth a point at the end of the game, which is shown here by this little orange circle on them. So there are four colors: red, white, black, and yellow. And then there's fish that are two-toned: yellow and white, black and red and yellow. And then there's all different kinds of lily pads. On your turn, and you're going to take turns going around the table until all the koi tiles are gone, you must take a pair of tiles that are adjacent to each other. And it has to be one fish and one lily pad. So I might take these two, for example, or I could take these two. Once you take them, you're going to place them in front of you, and then you're going to take the two middle tiles. They're always going to move out if possible. So this lily pad just moves to that one. And then I simply will draw from the piles to replace them. If both of these tiles got taken, then this fish would move here, this lily pad would move here, and we would replace them. If these were the two tiles that were taken, well, then you would just replace them. And so the game's going to keep going until there's no more fish tiles to put out there. As you take tiles, you'll put the first tile in front of you anywhere you want, and then you just put all tiles adjacent to that. And the rules are the same. Fish are next to lily pads, and lily pads are next to fish, but really you kind of have as much room as you want. As you're placing these out, you can put them anywhere around here. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to put the fish in spots where they will help each of these lily pads score. So let's take a look at the different kinds of lily pads and how they score. First, we have the turtle. Turtle just scores you 5 points. That's it. Then we have statues. Statues are going to score you points based on the number of tiles that are next to them. You're going to get 1, 3, 6, or 10 if all four sides have a tile next to them. Then we have flowers. Each flower is color-coded to a fish. So if a fish is next to it, that's yellow, you get 2 points. So this fish is considered both yellow and black, so it would give 2 points. And if you have yellow fish on all four sides of it, you're going to get 12 points. So there's some of these for different colors. And you also have dual. This can do a white or a red. So this one would get me 2 points. This one would get me 2 points because they both have red in them. But if it's white and red, if it matches that combination perfectly, then that fish will get you 3 points instead of 2. So red or white, so for example, this is white here. That works well and gets you 2 points. But if I find the exact one, white and red, that's going to score me 3. Then we have butterflies. They score you 2 points for every fish in that same column or same row that's that color. So in this case, it's black. So if I have a fish 2 over that's black, then I'll get 2 points for that. Then we have rocks here. These rocks are where the little baby fish hide. So for each adjacent tile to this, you'll score points for the baby koi. So you'll see, for example, this one has 2 baby koi, so that would score 2 points. This one has 3, so it'd get 3 points. But there are tiles out there that have no baby koi on it. Now, that one does have dragonflies on it, and that scores if you're next to a frog. A frog gives you 1 point for every dragonfly on the tiles that are next to it. So all these are going to score in different ways. At the end of the game, you're going to add them up and see whoever has the most points. That person is the winner. The tiles in this game are gorgeous. They're clear. It's hard to tell from the camera itself here, but you see they have a white back. They're clear tiles, and so you can see the printing on the bottom of them. They have a little bit of water droplets on them. They're fantastic. And even better than that, look at the art here. These are some black and yellow koi, right? And they're all different. That's amazing. When you're done with your pond, it's going to look great. The board that you pull everything off of is a nice little mat board. And the only negative thing I'll say about components here is this score thing is a real pain in the neck, because you're moving, if I get 6 points, I'm at 33, then I move this to 9, and then I get 6 more points, and I come back here, and they just knock each other around. We found it better just to write the scores down. The game comes with a card that explains the scoring of the 8 different ways to score, and everything fits very nicely in the box here, which has these little cardboard things that hold the tiles up. It's just a great production. I should also mention there's a whole sheet in here so that you can play this solo. You can play against an easy, medium, and hard rival who both basically they're drawing tiles and you score against them. But let's talk about this. This game is going to attract people because of how simple and easy it is to play. You are literally taking 2 tiles and placing them in front of you. It's not complex. Take 2 tiles that are next to each other. You have a lot of options, but you're going to take these tiles and then you're going to place these tiles in front of you, scoring points in different combinations. Simple. I like that. It makes it easy to teach people. It makes it a great welcoming game to get people into the hobby. But I also feel like there's strategy behind that. It's a solid game. I'm sitting here thinking, well, I could just take a frog, the turtle. Turtle's just 5 points. But man, if I can set these combos up, if I take this tile that gets me 2 points for every yellow, I should be able to get 4 around it, score the 12 points. And then if I get another one of those tiles, I can stick it in here, put a butterfly at the end of this line. You can build some neat combos. The game takes a decent amount of time to score at the end. Usually, I don't imagine you'll have any idea of who's winning, but you have this nice, relaxing, fun, strategic game that you're playing. I'm taking tiles, putting them in front of me. I get the joy of watching my pond grow, and I think that's going to attract people because when you're done, you look at it and go, that looks nice. You're going to want to take a picture of it when you're done because it looks like a koi pond. It might be a koi pond with, weird lines going in different directions, but it looks good. And then you score and you try to win. And there's not really, there's luck in the game and the tiles coming out, but every time you are picking amongst a vast array that are out there. So you can pick, and the number, I don't know how many combinations there are, but there's enough. Okay, let's say there's at least 12, 15 combinations that you can pick between, you just take 2 tiles that are next to each other. So teaching it's easy. It makes people think they're being strategic. They are, but what I mean is it makes you think that you're doing some cool things, and the end result's good, but at the same time it has this light, breezy, refreshing feel to it. It's a kind of game, almost a Zen type game, but also one that you can score and have fun with. This is fantastic. I have people over for dinner. This is the kind of game I'm going to pull out afterwards because it's simple, it's fast, it's really easy to set up, it's really easy to teach, and all the different tiles are easy to grok. Now, the question is it unique or interesting? I don't know. I feel like I played games that are similar to this, but they didn't have this cool look to them. And these are some of the best tiles I've played in the game ever. I'm a big sucker for acrylic, clear tiles. So this is a good combo. This is the best game I think I've seen 20th Century do. This is one that I think you might consider having just for purpose of entertaining. It's the kind of game you'll bring out. People go, I don't really want to play a board game. You're like, listen, this takes a couple minutes to play, but a lifetime to master. That's probably not true the second part, but the first part is true. And I bet you people who play this will enjoy it and ask to play it again. I'm Tom Vasel. That's Kōhaku. We'll see you next time. Dice Tower Judgment approved.